Alright, what's going on, people? Ring Roadmap here. We're gonna do a quick breakdown of of Rolando Navarrette and Bazooka Limon. So let's get right into it. The first one we'll see here is we're gonna see some wild hooks from Limon. He would always lead with these wild hooks, and so Navarrete got a sense of timing for it. He was able to predict this. It became predictable after a while, so he would counter it later on. So as you can see here, the commentator for this particular fight described it perfectly. He was like, Bazooka Limon does everything that a coach tells you not to do, and I think that's a perfect description for a guy like Bazooka Limon. And coincidentally, a guy who does that today is the same last name as his opponent, Emmanuel Navarrete. Okay, so that's the first thing that we'll see from Bazooka Limon. He would always lead with these wild hooks, and then Rolando was able to time him by throwing the check right hook. So every time he would touch Rolando Navarrete with a rear hook right here, a rear hook, he would always catch Bazooka Limon with a right hook of his own right there, okay? Because his head is pretty much on a path for that check hook right here, okay? So all Navarrete has to do is to follow through. Boom, right there. So great counter here. Again, he's gonna throw that wild swing to the body, not leading with the jab, and then it became predictable. As soon as Navarrete felt the left hook of Limon, he would always throw that check hook in there. There it is again there. Boom. Okay, he gets countered. So he decided to work behind the jab. Great adjustment here by Bazooka Limon. He decided to work behind the jab instead of coming in with those wild swings. So let's see exactly how he did that. Here he would jab first, and then he would throw those swings. Okay, he would blind him and he would extend his lead hand first before throwing those body shots, and as you can see, it's actually working. Okay, Navarrete is not able to counter him, but for this one, he was able to counter him. Why? Because he used the exact same weapon that got him in trouble a while ago. Right there, it's that wild rear hook, okay? So he throws that. He's already doing a good job of leading behind a jab, or of working behind a jab, but what happened was he decided to throw that punch again, and he got timed with a left uppercut from Navarrete. Okay, we're gonna talk about the lead right hook now. What you're gonna see with Bazooka Limon is he decided to try the lead right hook instead of leading with the jab, because although he had success with the jab, he was still getting countered, you know? So he decided to lead with the right hook. He would load up here, and again, this one worked because it changed the sense of timing of Navarrete. He's always expecting the rear hook of Bazooka Limon, however, it never came. It would always lead with the right hook. For this one, he's gonna lead with the right uppercut. He's gonna again try to throw that check hook, but luckily here, or fortunately for Limon, the right hook does not really put him off balance as much. So as you can see here, after he throws the lead right hook, he would always be on balance, and actually, for this one, you can see him kind of keeping that left hand up, and so the right hook of Navarrete did not land cleanly, right there. And he was also staying close. He also threw it short. So great improvement from the first round, where he was throwing wide and long swings. He decided to tighten it up later on. So the next thing is going to be the overhand left. So here's going to throw that overhand left. Still counterable from this position, but as you can see, all you have to do really is to put Rolando Navarrete on the blade, and that's what he did here. He was able to put Rolando Navarrete in a bladed position, and so Navarrete was not able to counter with a check right hook for this particular instance. Alright guys, we're on to round 6 to 11. The first thing that we'll see, I think the one thing that made this fight close is actually the fact that Limon did not completely abandon his rear hook, which kept getting countered, you know. What he did was instead of staying there and throwing it, he would decide to duck down or move away. As you can see, he throws that rear hook, and then he ducks down instead of staying there. Okay, so he was still throwing the same punch, but he was smothering, he was rolling, and he was stepping back with it. So it became much safer. However, it really kept this fight close, because occasionally he would get caught with check hooks. Just like that, it was close to landing right there. And so this is really what kept the fight close. I think if he decided to be a little more tight with his technique, he would have outscored Rolando. However, he kept throwing those wild swings, kept getting countered, and ultimately it kept the fight close. So now we'll look at the overhand left of Navarrete, which he decided to use because he was noticing that Limon had a lazy jab. So as you can see here, Limon is throwing these tapping jabs. He did not really put it back to guard. He's not good at stepping back either, so he was able to catch him right here with that overhand left. Another example, Again, working behind that lazy jab, lazy tapping jabs, not getting it back to guard, and not preparing to step back. He was caught right there with an overhand left, and then there it is again, but that one wasn't as clean. It was more in the neck than the chin, or than the chin. Not chin, cheek, what the fuck? It was more on the neck than the cheek. So now we're gonna look at the leaping hook of, let's see who does it, Navarrette. Okay, it's Navarrette who does this leaping hook. And the reason why again is because Limon is pretty flat-footed, so he decided to leap in with the hook. As opposed to trying to wait for him all the time to shoot those wild swings, he decided to initiate in the later rounds by throwing these leaping hooks. Let's look at some more examples, okay? Because Limon was doing a pretty good job with just keeping the distance in the later rounds, Navarrette had to initiate, okay? Navarrette had to go, or had to chase Limon, because Limon was not as wild in the late rounds. It was more methodical. So let's see this. He's gonna throw that leaping hook once again for this one. Bam. Okay, but it kept on missing because Limon was doing a good job of actually stepping back. And so not all of these were landing, to be honest with you guys. Because again, Limon was able to work behind his jab, and he was also able to jab while moving back. So these leaping hooks by Navarrette never really worked. Or it didn't really work the way he wanted to. The next thing we're gonna look now is the short left of Limon, which I'm really confused why he did not use this earlier, because if you look at Navarrette, he's pretty much bladed all the time, and whenever you throw a left hand at him, a left swing at him, he would always turn bladed. So I did not really understand why he did not use this sooner, but I'm happy that he did, because when you're bladed, you're pretty much on a path for that short left hand, or that short right hand, okay? So, bam, right there, another one. So let's look at more examples. Again, short left hand. Bam. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's make this quick. Short left hand, and another one. Short left hand. Bam. Or not a short left hand there. So that was it. He got knocked out, and he ran out of stamina. Join my Patreon if you want to, and yeah, great fight right here. Go ahead and watch it, guys.